Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. There she is.
Longlegs delivers a mix of eerie suspense, unsettling visuals, and some top-notch performances, with Nicolas Cage bringing his signature brand of creepy brilliance as the titular Longlegs. Alongside him, Maika Monroe portrays FBI Agent Lee Harker, a woman unraveling as she investigates a series of satanic murders. While the film excels in atmosphere, it ultimately misses a golden opportunity for a twist that would have left audiences reeling, because let's be honest, it should have been Lee as the killer. The story begins with Harker diving headfirst into a decades-old series of grisly murders. Each crime follows the same sinister pattern. A father brutally murders his family before turning the gun on himself, all orchestrated by the shadowy figure known as Longlegs. As Harker digs deeper, she uncovers a web of satanic rituals, creepy dolls, and a shocking personal connection to Longlegs himself. Turns out Longlegs has been lurking in her life since childhood. In one flashback, we see young Lee encounter the mysterious figure in her own garden, only for her mother Ruth to shoo him away. As the plot unfolds, we learn that Ruth played an even darker role, delivering the cursed dolls that Longlegs used to manipulate his victims into committing those gruesome murders. The climax sees Harker confront Longlegs in a tense interrogation room scene. He taunts her, reveals twisted truths, and promptly offs himself in a moment so over the top it could only come from a Cage performance. From there, it's a race against time as Lee tries to stop her mother from delivering one last murder doll to her colleague, Agent Carter's family. Tragically, she arrives too late, and the film culminates in a showdown where she kills Carter to save his daughter and ultimately her own mother in self-defense. It's an intense and ambiguous ending, but let's be real, it doesn't feel like the payoff the film was building toward. Throughout the story, all signs point to Lee herself as the true killer, making her the perfect unreliable narrator. Her constant hallucinations, her uncanny ability to predict what's coming next, and her unsettling connection to every major event scream there's something deeper going on here. She always seems to be exactly where the action is, and the way the story frames her perspective makes it increasingly hard to trust her version of reality. Consider her visions of satanic symbols, the creepy encounters she remembers from childhood, and the way people keep dying whenever she's around. If the film had leaned into the idea that Lee's fractured mind was causing her to misinterpret her own actions as those of an external force, it would have been brilliant. Imagine discovering that Longlegs wasn't manipulating her. She was the one orchestrating everything, her subconscious driving her to kill in the name of a trauma she couldn't face. Instead, the film plays it safe, opting for ambiguity and a straightforward conclusion where Lee is the broken hero who saves the day. Sure, it works, but it feels like the filmmakers chickened out. They had all the pieces for a killer twist, pun intended, and they left it on the table. If Lee had been revealed as the real Longlegs, it would have tied up the themes of trauma, inheritance, and identity in a way that felt far more satisfying. As it stands, we're left with a film that's good, but not as great as it could have been. Props to Nicolas Cage for being delightfully deranged, and to Maika Monroe for carrying the film with her intense, unsettling performance. But seriously, why wasn't Lee the killer? It makes so much sense. You'll finish the film entertained but also slightly frustrated at the missed opportunity. So there you have it. Longlegs is a creepy, atmospheric thriller worth a watch, but it could have been unforgettable. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe we can all craft the sequel where Lee finally gets the twist she deserves. Cheers.
There she is.